Everybody, welcome to Chin Fat. In this episode, I'm continuing teaching Resolve and showing how the tools in Resolve. And right now we're on the editing process here. So we are on the edit page down here. And I'm going to be showing how to use this little tool right here, which is called the dynamic trim tool. You hit W to select it. If you hit W, it will either deselect it or select it. And one thing to know about the dynamic trim tool is going to have different types of effects. If you have the arrow selected at the same time as you have the dynamic trim selected, and it will also have different effects if you have the trim edit mode selected while you've got that dynamic trim. So this dynamic trim basically works together with the trim edit mode or with the arrow mode to have different types of functions. And one of the reasons behind the use of the dynamic trim tool is to be able to edit more on the fly, where you feel your edits and you stop it while it's playing rather than going inside like this. If you go down and just grab like an individual trim here and trimming this one frame by frame up here, you can see as we're ripple editing here to the left, and we've minused off, it says 1 second and 8 frames that I pulled it to the left. Then when you let go, it's performed the ripple edit. I'm going to undo that. That you're seeing it in a frame-by-frame mode. But when you use the dynamic trim, this is so you can basically press play. You're going to be using your J, K, and L keys. J is rewind, K is stop, and L is forward. And dynamic trim uses those to be able to trim it while you're actually watching it. So if we want to extend a clip right here, I'll show you what this is basically doing here. We've got this under trim mode, and we've got the dynamic trim selected. If you go to the edge of this, it's just going to edit like a ripple edit. It's just going to edit this clip right there. And up here, it's going to show you how many frames you minus it by or how many frames you plus it by in your trim mode. And you can still, with the dynamic trim selected, you can still do a ripple edit. And you can see what's happening there. As it's changing the clip to my left, it's changing its out point while not affecting the clip to the right. It's just shoving everything else down the timeline or pulling it down the timeline depending on what direction I'm going. So you can still ripple edit as you can with your regular trim tool. But now with the dynamic trim, what you can do is select the edge of this, the out point. That selects the out point. Over here would select the in point, and in the middle we'll select both in and out point, which is used mostly for a roll edit. Let's hit this one here, and we're going to just trim this one here, this clip's out point to the right. We've got that selected. You can see it's got this little bracket. So as we select that edge right there, well, I'm going to put my fingers on J, K, L, and I'm going to hit L, and I'm going to get ready to hit K for stop. So I'm going to hit L, and look what it's doing. It's trimming now. It's showing my new frame to the left. I'm just going to let this go for a bit and say we want to cut right. As you put your hand back down on our face, and yawns. Right there, K will stop. So I was watching the clip play in real time instead of going through frame by frame, and was able to hit K and stop where I feel that the edit should stop there. So now if you want to play that edit, what you can do is just press the space bar, and it will go back about 2 seconds, and it will play through the clip. And if I stop that again with my space bar, the playhead returns back to the edit, and then you hit space bar again, and it will preview it. And you can preview this as many times, just kind of feeling your way through the edit there. So there we go, space bar. And it will preview the edit. Once again, it goes back 2 seconds and plays through it, and you preview the edit. So let's talk about some other things that this dynamic trim does. If you right click on the dynamic trim, you have the option of doing slip and slide. First of all, let's go back to the arrow and show you what happens when you have the arrow selected and you have the dynamic trim selected. If you just have the arrow selected, that's just a regular trim tool that you can use to trim the ins and out points down here on your timeline. But if we also activate the dynamic trim mode, you can hit W to shortcut it. And I'm going to right click on this, and we're going to say, let's look at the slip mode right now. What the slip mode does in conjunction with the arrow here, I don't find myself using this as much as I use it together with the trim edit mode, but let's show it what it does with the arrow. I'm going to grab this clip here, and I'm going to drag it to the right. And what it does here under the dynamic trim mode is it basically just eats into the clip to the right here. So if we got this selected, I'm going to use my J, K, L keys here, and I'm going to hit L to go to the right. And you'll notice what that did there is it just moved this down the timeline and ate into this clip right there. And that is the slip mode there. If you right click up here and you hit slide and you select it and I hit L, you'll notice it is just doing the same thing. So with the arrow selected, there really is no difference between the slip and slide mode. You have to use the trim edit mode to give you the different slip and slide. And we'll show exactly what that is there. But with the arrow selected, basically that just slides this down the timeline and eats it into the adjacent clips. And I haven't had much use for that function there. But if we go under the trim edit mode here, and undo that, and we right click, we're going to first of all do slip. And I got this, and I'm going to go down and select this clip here. We're not going to select the edges here, the endpoints or the out points, we're going to select the entire clip here in the middle, and you'll see that the whole clip is selected and it's all red, rather than the edge being selected right there, or just the endpoint here just being selected. So I'm going to grab the edge of this, and I'm going to hit JKL. Let's go J, and look what J is doing. What this is doing here is this is trimming the in and out points of this clip right there without affecting the adjacent clips. In fact, if I just grab this and do it, you can see what's happening there. You can do it manually like this as well, grab under the dynamic trim mode. So you can go down here and grab this and just do it manually like this, but you can do this. This is called slipping here. 4 very commonly used uses of tools here. In the previous episode, we went through ripple and roll, and this one we're going to be doing the slip and slide now. If you just grab it manually, you can totally have this shut off right here and just have the trim mode. If you're just doing it manually like this, it will do the slip. You can see up here in the program monitor, you can see that I've got this clip here. We're changing its in and out points, and you can see here on the edge to the right and to the left, that is the additional handles on this clip. So we're slipping it behind these in and out points here, behind the timeline here, and changing where the in point and out point begins and ends. And if you want to do that in the dynamic mode here, so right now I wasn't doing that in the dynamic mode, but now if I hit W and turn on my dynamic mode, when I select it, you're going to use JKL. If you just grab it and do this, it's doing it as if it's ignoring the dynamic mode here. So the dynamic mode is really deals with playing. It is dynamic, means it's playing back real time. So now we can do this. We can hit L, and it will show your new in and out points right there as it's playing. And I'm just going to hit K. You can see that this is moving while it's leaving these in and out points of the adjacent clips alone. So now if I hit K to stop, and then you can hit your space bar, it will go back and play through that edit again, and you can test your edit there. Not as commonly used as ripple or roll, but still once in a while I find myself just wanting to nudge an in point or out point, and the dynamic trim is a helpful way of doing that. So now let's go up and we're going to right click and we're going to go to slide. Now what the slide is going to do, this is almost going to be the opposite of what we were looking at with the in and out points, where it's going to maintain the in and out point of this clip while shrinking or expanding the adjacent clips. So watch this. It's going to leave the in and out point of this. It's going to leave that edit right there. And the edit that I've got here is this character. So I'm going to go out of dynamic trim mode so I can look at this clip here. I'm going to watch. And that's the clip right there. She slips and then yawns. So I want to maintain that clip's in and out point because I like that shot, but I want to change the timing. I want to maybe shrink this clip right here a little bit, make this a little less longer, and make this one over here longer. So this is going to be shrunk, and this is going to be a lengthier shot here. Let's go and click on to this clip here. And now I'm going to turn in on the dynamic trim mode, hit W, and I'm going to hit J to rewind, and look how it maintains that clip's in and out points there. And you'll see up here in the window, watch this, you'll see this clip not moving its in and out points while changing this clip's out point and this clip's in point. So now we just shrunk the adjacent clip's out point and extended this clip's in point there. And that is called a slide. Like I said, I don't use those functions very much. I probably use slip than I do more than I do slide, and I hardly ever use slide. That function is probably better when it comes to documentary editing and you're trying to edit the B-roll on top of the A-roll. That's a good function for that tool there. But let's show our JKL mode once more under when we're editing a clip's in point or out point. And also I want to show ripple editing as well. So let's grab this clip's in point right there. And I say I want that just a little lengthier. Now I could hit J to rewind if we just want it a little bit longer, and it will extend it, and K. And now that clip is a little bit longer. Let's play through it. And now it stays on this girl for a little longer, and then she'll yawn here. Let's turn the trim mode off so I can play through that all the way. So now there's a little lengthier shot before she slips on her hand and then yawns. And let's say I want to extend that clip's out point dwell on her a little bit longer. We can click on that and we can just kind of feel our way through it intuitively and cut on and edit on the fly, where we hit L to extend that clip's out point there. Oops, and I did not have the dynamic trim mode activated, so I hit W, and let's do that again. L, and now it goes forward, and you can see that this clip is extending while this clip is maintaining its endpoint. And if you just let this go, it'll keep going till it gets to the end, and then it will just stop automatically. Let's show you that. So here is the end of the clip. You can see that right there, and as that plays, it's just going to get to the end of the clip and then just stop. So that will only trim as far as the clip is long, so which makes sense. So let's undo a bunch of that stuff there. Now, also a thing that you can do, that is your ripple edit. You can also perform a dynamic trim with your roll edit. If you click here and select both of those, where you've got this little double arrow right there, that will select both edits. Now if you hit J or L, watch if this rewinds or forwards, you'll see both clips advancing through the movement here and changing both in points and out points simultaneously. J to rewind, and you can see that it's rewinding, and then we're going to stop there, and I'm going to hit L forward, and you'll see the same thing. You'll see the roll edit happening in our dynamic trim, and we're seeing that kind of real time and live. Now, oddly enough, this feature was not added to Davinci Resolve until I believe it was version 15 is when that appeared. They test ran it in 15, and then it continued on to 16 after they found it was a useful tool. This feature was added to Davinci Resolve and also to Adobe Premiere because of somebody named Walter Murch. Walter Murch is a professional editor that's been editing on several feature films and documentaries. He's worked in Hollywood since I think the early 70s or maybe late 60s. He's been a professional editor for quite some time. And Walter Murch has won Academy Awards for editing and for sound mixing and has been nominated several times as well throughout his career. But yeah, he was the one that said when he started using Adobe Premiere, he said, I can't use this unless I have dynamic trim. Why don't you guys have dynamic trim? And actually, in both Adobe Premiere and Davinci Resolve listened at that moment, and they added that feature to the software. But that is the dynamic trim mode in action there. Also utilizing the slip and slide mode and the ripple and roll edits as well. And that's it for this episode. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you for watching ChinFat.